We are called Anti-Aging Tips. That's the name of our show. So, can we talk a little bit about aging? What is aging? I've
Yeah,
read
can
your
you
book,
define it?
and yeah,
You
you have
know,
some interesting perspectives.
We're trying to do everything we can to maintain our youthful vitality and our youthful intellect and memory and live a long, happy life. And we're all going to die. I mean, we know that life is not permanent, it's temporary. We just got to have the best quality life we can. And we're very blessed in this country to have, not to have, war affecting us, and we have adequate food here, and we have opportunity, and we have the opportunity to be happy and to live a long life. And nutritional excellence gives us an unprecedented opportunity in human history to live longer than ever before, because we don't have this much nutritional science and data to help people. And even the organic food movement, our ancestors couldn't eat microgreens and sprouts and 10 different varieties of organic mushrooms. I mean, we could cater it and have access to blueberries, to frozen wild blueberries in the wintertime, and have green vegetables all year round and leafy salads. I mean, we've got an incredible, we think about the macrobiotic idea of just eating rice in the wintertime, and because those foods aren't available. But we've learned now that actually the access to fresh vegetables all year extends human lifespan and has an anti-aging effect. It's a blessing that we have these foods. So I'm saying, I guess, that um, we have this opportunity to be healthier and happier and make our golden years truly golden, where we can enjoy our life and get full pleasure from our life, right up to the point where the aging process gets to a point where life is no longer favorable to live. And that's usually for most people around 100 years old, where the conventional Americans, their body starts to give out between 70 and 80. And if alive to 85, the last 8 to 10 years of their life, we're not living well, and we're not enjoying lifespan. They're just going from doctor to doctor, pretty much suffering. So if you're living longer in America, people get the false impression, because they think that, oh, I don't want to live to be 90, 95, because I know my aunt, she lived to be 95 and she was living in a nursing home for 5 years. And who wants to stick at being, I'd rather be dead than be in a nursing home. Yeah, me too. I'd rather be dead than be in a nursing home too. But I don't plan on being in a nursing home at 95. I plan on enjoying my life at 95. So
on
that's
the ski
so
slopes.
on the ski slopes, right?
Is aging a disease?
No, it's a natural process of the body, that where cells have only so much cellular, we can slow down cellular replication. We can maintain our stem cells. We can maintain our telomeres through excellent nutrition. And we just did a study. It's not published yet, but we just got the data. We got the markers, the epigenetic markers, the telomere lengths, and the methylation defects, all these markers of aging, compared to women who were eating a Nutritarian diet for 10 years or more, compared to women on the standard American diet. And we found that obviously much more, these markers of aging and biological aging was, of course, much higher, much better on people eating a Nutritarian diet. So the diet definitely has been proven by lots of studies, but also by this study that the Nutritional Research Foundation, which I'm the president of, just supported and paid for this study to be done on these expensive markers showing slowing the aging process through excellent diet. So we're able to now, we have blood markers where we can actually measure how fast people are aging. We can measure AGEs, advanced glycation end products. We can measure telomeres. We can measure epigenetic changes. We can measure methylation defects. We have a whole, and I bought this. We bought this kit from a company called True Age, is where we got this expensive, full, very comprehensive blood markers of this aging parameters.
We've done
And
it
we
too,
see
actually.
that as people lose weight and as they eat healthier and as they get more carotenoids in their skin from the high green vegetables, and as they do all these things better, each particular thing they do gets the markers better and better and better. And the whole point is not just the whole point of wanting to age slower is so we can enjoy our life more as we age, right? The whole point is aging slower. I mean, I don't care if I live to be 96 or 102. That's not going to concern me as much as having my full mental faculties in the last 2 or 3 years of my life. I don't want to be living alive without my brain being, or be suffering and having to be in a nursing home or something. I want to really, we want to live longer, but mostly really enjoy our life.
And so you're saying the number one thing to treat aging, or I guess prevent aging, is diet? I mean, that's pretty powerful. Thinking, I mean, you might say, what about technology, or what about drugs, or all these other things? You're saying that it's actually diet that's driving.
Yes.
That's the main driver.
Yeah. I'm saying that there's no such thing as a healthy overweight person, and you can't supplement and drug yourself into living longer. Taking metformin, I do think taking NAD injections or IV has some beneficial effects on the aging phenomena, but not as much as staying slim and eating right food does. It's just a little extra thing you can do. And the only other thing that probably has a large effect is probably taking injections or not of stem cells. But that costs about $35,000 per treatment. And if you have that done every year, you got to be a super wealthy person, because you're going to have spending like $1 million over the next 10 years on that. Well, what's $40,000 a year? To 10 years is $400,000. If you do that for 20, if you had stem cells every year, that probably would extend lifespan, but that's going to cost almost $1 million over 20 years or something, whatever. People can't afford that anyway. You know what I mean? The best way to maintain your stem cells, instead of getting injected with young people's stem cells, would be to keep your own stem cells working well by eating right and not overeating, getting enough sleep at night, exercising regularly. Of course, the major drivers of stem cell maintenance is high phytochemical intake, a lot of plants, low glycemic,
phytochemicals.
High phytochemical, yeah.
Yeah, can you define what a phytochemical is?
The chemicals found in colorful plants that are not vitamins and minerals. There are these other antioxidants and plant-derived materials like organosulfide compounds in onions and the isothiocyanates in green vegetables that are important for immune system function in humans. So high phytochemical intake, relatively low, moderate caloric intake, so you don't have low body fat percent, restriction of animal protein, and restriction of... So the two positive things are higher phytochemical intake, exercise, and low body fat. And the negatives are higher glycemic intake, mostly white flour, sugar, and honey, and higher animal protein intake, and excess calories. So excess calories you didn't need are going to age you. So you have a body fat above 15% for a male. You're not on an anti-aging problem. Now, how many pills you're taking, you're not on an anti-aging diet if your body fat's more than 15%. If your body fat's more than like 24% for a female, you're not, as it goes up from 24%, 25%, 26%, 30%, and everybody's body fat is super high, except for people who are us health enthusiasts.